Stop everything. What if I told you that success isn't about grinding harder or working longer hours? What if the key to unlocking your highest potential is actually hidden in the simplest daily habits you already have, but just haven't optimized yet? Think about it. The biggest names in business, health, and personal development all share one thing in common. They've mastered their daily routines. So what if you could take their secrets and apply them to your life, starting today? Imagine waking up with unshakable focus, clarity, and drive. Imagine making decisions effortlessly, feeling energized no matter what life throws at you. Well, buckle up because I'm about to share with you the 10 habits that I've used to completely transform my life. Habits that are simple, but when done consistently, will propel you toward greatness faster than you ever imagined. No, it's not magic, it's science, it's mindset, it's the power of habit. Habit 1. Own your morning. Ever find yourself waking up late and instantly feeling behind? That's how I used to feel too. But what if I told you that by waking up just a little earlier, you could completely own your day? I've learned that the first few hours of the day are crucial, and that's why I wake up at 4 a.m. every single day. The moment I open my eyes, I'm in control of my time. There are no emails, no notifications, just peace. I start by hydrating with a tall glass of water, then I make my bed. Sounds basic, but trust me, making your bed first thing in the morning sets a tone of accomplishment. It's not just about the tasks. It's about the feeling of taking control before the world demands anything from me. Those early hours are sacred, and they allow me to focus on things that truly matter. When I wake up early, I have time to connect with my thoughts, plan my day, and even meditate without distraction. Now that the morning is mine, the next habit is all about connecting with something much deeper than my to-do list: meditation. Habit 2. Meditation and connect with your intuition. Ever had that gut feeling where you just knew something was right? What if I told you there's a way to tune into that feeling every single day? Yup, meditation is the secret. I used to think meditation was a luxury, something I would do when I had time. But once I made it a daily habit, I realized it was actually a necessity. It's how I connect with my deeper intuition. Every morning I sit in silence, close my eyes, and focus on my breath. The more I meditate, the more connected I feel to that inner voice that guides me throughout the day. The first step in connecting with your intuition is creating stillness. We spend so much of our lives busy with distractions, trying to solve problems with our minds alone. But intuition doesn't come from the mind. It comes from a place of deep stillness and presence. That's why creating time for moments of silence is crucial. Meditation, for example, is not just about calming the mind. It's about creating a space where you can hear the whispers of your intuition clearly. When you sit in silence and calm the noise around you, you begin to access a deeper layer of yourself, the part of you that knows what's right for you, what steps to take, and what paths to follow. It's not based on logic or reasoning, but on a feeling that arises when you are in tune with your true self. In fact, intuition works in a way that's almost like a gut feeling, but with the clarity of knowing. But here's the catch. Intuition doesn't shout, it whispers. That means you have to be present, aware, and in tune with your body and mind to receive it. The more you practice connecting with your inner wisdom, the stronger and more reliable it becomes. It's not about trying to control or force your intuition. It's about letting it guide you naturally. And with time, the more you trust it, the more confident you become in the choices you make. Now let me ask you, how often do you listen to that little voice inside you? How often do you act on it instead of doubting it? Trusting your intuition is a practice, and like any practice, the more you do it, the more accurate and attuned you become to it. You start to rely less on external factors and more on your inner knowing, which will often lead you in the right direction, even when others might not understand. Remember, your intuition is your connection to something greater than yourself. It's a guiding force that can lead to breakthroughs, clarity, and decisions that align with your highest potential. The more you cultivate it, the more aligned your actions will be with your true purpose. And as you do this, you'll begin to see how decisions become easier, how life begins to flow with greater ease, and how you start to live in harmony with your most authentic self. Here's the best part. Meditation isn't just about clearing your mind. It's about tapping into your intuition. The more I do it, the sharper my instincts become. Whether I'm making a big decision or solving a problem, meditation helps me access that quiet wisdom inside me. Okay, so meditation gives me clarity. But there's something else I do to boost my mindset even more: visualizing my future self. Habit 3. Future self-visualization and creating a vivid mental image of success. Close your eyes for a second. Picture your future self, the person who's already achieved all your goals. What do they look like? What do they feel like? Imagine meeting them. How would you talk to them? That's exactly what I do every single day. I take time each morning to visualize my future self, someone who has already achieved everything I want. But here's the trick. I don't just see it, I feel it. I feel the emotions of that success like I've already lived it. And trust me, this has an incredible effect on my confidence. It's like I'm rewiring my brain to believe that success is inevitable. But it doesn't stop there. I don't just focus on the end result. I also visualize the steps I'm taking to get there. The small wins, the effort, the resilience. It all adds up. The more I visualize, the more aligned I feel with my goals and the more motivated I am to make it happen. Okay, now that my mind is focused on the future, I'm ready to fuel my body and energy. And that brings me to my next habit. Habit 4, energize your body and mind. Ever felt that midday slump where you just want to lie down? Well, what if you could avoid that by getting your body moving early in the day? I start every day with movement. It's non-negotiable. Whether it's yoga, a walk, or a quick workout, I dedicate an hour to getting my body active. The first 15 minutes are for stretching, just to loosen up. After that, I either go for a brisk walk or do some strength training. The key is to get my blood pumping and my mind focused. The rush of endorphins I get from moving doesn't just wake me up. It sets the tone for a productive day ahead. Movement isn't just about breaking a sweat. It's about improving circulation, releasing tension, and energizing your mind. Once my body's moving, I feel clearer, more awake, and ready to take on anything. All right, with my body fueled, it's time to dive into my deepest, most focused work. And for that, I rely on deep, uninterrupted work time. Habit 5. Deep work. The power of focus. Ever find yourself starting a task only to get distracted every 10 minutes? Imagine locking into deep work for an entire 90 minutes with zero distractions. Sounds impossible? It's not. I dedicate 90 minutes of deep, focused work every day. No phone, no emails, no distractions. I set a timer and get to work. Whether it's writing, strategizing, or any high-priority task, I give it my full attention. No multitasking. And let me tell you, those 90 minutes are the most productive part of my day. It's incredible how much you can accomplish when you give your undivided attention to one thing. Deep work isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. When you cut out distractions, you enter a state of flow. You're able to get more done in less time. Plus, the satisfaction of knowing you gave something your full attention is unbeatable. Now that I've crushed my most important tasks, it's time to get out of my comfort zone and embrace risk. Habit 6. Embrace calculated risk. Are you playing it safe? Or are you willing to take a risk that could change everything? The most successful people in the world didn't get there by playing it safe. They embraced calculated risks. I've learned that in order to achieve extraordinary things, you have to take risks. But not just any risk. You have to take calculated risks. I assess the potential rewards and losses before making any decision. It's not about being reckless. It's about thinking smart and being willing to step out of your comfort zone. Whether it's launching a new business, making an investment, or trying something new, I've learned to take risks that align with my long-term vision. I embrace failure because it's part of the process, but I do it strategically, knowing that I'll learn and grow from every experience. After I embrace calculated risks, it's time to think bigger than ever. Enter my 10x goal-setting habit. Habit 7, the 10x goal-setting habit. Let me ask you something. What's the biggest goal you've set for yourself? Whatever it is, you should multiply it by 10. Yes, 10 times bigger. It's the 10x habit. This habit changed everything for me. Instead of setting small, achievable goals, I started aiming 10 times higher than I thought possible. It's all about expanding your vision beyond your comfort zone. When you think bigger, You create bigger opportunities, and your mindset shifts to match it. Sure, it's uncomfortable at first, but as I started thinking bigger, I noticed myself taking bolder steps. And even if I didn't hit the 10x goal, I achieved far more than I would have by thinking small. Now, after pushing myself to think bigger, it's time to make sure I'm taking care of my mental well-being. Habit 8. Create a mental health tax and prioritize your well-being. Are you paying attention to your mental health? No, I'm not talking about once in a while. I mean every single day. Imagine paying a tax on your mental health to ensure your mind stays strong, clear, and ready for anything. What I learned was that just like we pay taxes to maintain our physical health through eating well, exercising, etc., we need to invest in our mental health daily. I call this the mental health tax. Every day I make sure to do something that helps me recharge mentally. Whether it's journaling, taking time to reflect, or simply taking a walk without distractions, I set aside time for mental recovery. I used to neglect my mental health, thinking that success would come through pure hustle. But then I realized that burnout was taking a toll on my productivity and happiness. That's when I adopted the habit of a daily mental health tax. By making it a priority, I find that I'm more focused, more energized, and more equipped to tackle challenges. Habit 9. Energy management over time management. Forget the traditional focus on time management. Billionaires prioritize energy. They ask themselves, when do I feel most creative? When does my focus peak? When am I naturally low energy? Then they align their tasks with their energy rhythms. For example, high-energy tasks like creative brainstorming or negotiations happen during their peak hours. Low-energy periods are reserved for tasks like email or admin work. Billionaires also fiercely guard their energy. They avoid unnecessary meetings, toxic people, and draining commitments. For them, energy isn't infinite. It's an asset to be protected. Here's a pro tip. Track your energy levels for a week. Identify your peaks and valleys and schedule your day accordingly. You'll achieve more in less time because you're working with your body, not against it. What would happen if you stopped managing time and started managing your energy? The results might shock you. Speaking of protecting energy, let's talk about a billionaire habit that flips the idea of failure on its head. Habit 10. Curated negativity. Most people avoid negativity, but billionaires seek it out, strategically. This isn't about self-doubt. It's about inviting constructive criticism from trusted sources. They ask questions like, what's wrong with my idea? What am I overlooking? How could this fail? Why? Because identifying potential pitfalls before they happen is a superpower. Elon Musk famously said, seek out negative feedback, particularly from friends. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's also a fast track to growth. When you embrace curated negativity, you stop being defensive and start being proactive. This habit flips the script on failure. It becomes a stepping stone instead of a dead end. What if your biggest critic became your greatest teacher? Would you dare to listen? This habit isn't about focusing on flaws. It's about turning them into opportunities. Let's move on to the next game-changing practice. Habit 11. Thinking in decades, not days. Imagine this. Every person on Earth has 24 hours in a day, but the way billionaires think about and use time is drastically different. They treat time as their most valuable currency, because it is. Unlike money, once time is spent, it can never be earned back. This mindset is what makes them time billionaires. The first principle of this habit is ruthless prioritization. Billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos constantly ask themselves, is this the highest and best use of my time? Tasks that don't add value are delegated or eliminated altogether. For instance, Musk batches meetings and skips unnecessary ones entirely to focus on engineering solutions. Here's how you can adopt this mindset. Start treating every hour as if it's worth $10,000. Before saying yes to something, ask yourself, is this worth my time? Is it aligned with my goals? This shift in perspective makes you less likely to procrastinate and more intentional about how you spend each day. The second principle is leveraging systems and automation. Billionaires don't just work harder, they work smarter. They create systems that reduce repetitive tasks, like using automation tools for emails or outsourcing minor responsibilities. By freeing up time, they focus on tasks that have exponential returns, like strategy, innovation, or personal growth. Lastly, time billionaires practice white space thinking. They carve out time to do absolutely nothing but think. Bill Gates calls this Think Week, where he spends a week in solitude to read, reflect, and ideate. In a world obsessed with doing more, billionaires know the value of stepping back to gain clarity and perspective. Warren Buffett once said, "The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything." This habit isn't just about saying no to others. It's about saying yes to yourself, to your goals, your growth, and your time. Here's a question. If you treated your time as a billionaire would, how different would your life look in just 1 month? With the time billionaire's mindset, you're not just managing your minutes, you're owning your life. Habit 12. Stay in the now. There's a reason why Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now has become a cornerstone for anyone seeking clarity, peace, and purpose. The ultra-successful don't just dabble in the present moment, they live there. This isn't just mindfulness, it's about mastering the art of staying fully engaged in the now, no matter what life throws at them. Here's the truth. Most people live either in the past, replaying regrets and failures, or in the future, worrying about what might go wrong. But think about it. How much of your energy is wasted on moments that no longer exist or haven't even arrived? Ultra-successful individuals understand that the only real power lies in the present. This is where decisions are made, actions are taken, and opportunities are seized. When you're truly in the now, something remarkable happens. You stop being controlled by fear and start acting from clarity. Fear and anxiety lose their grip because they thrive in imaginary timelines, not in the immediate reality. Imagine being in a high-stakes business meeting. If your mind is clouded with, "What if I fail?" or "What if I don't say the right thing?" you'll falter. But if you anchor yourself in the present, fully listening, observing, and responding, you'll perform with confidence and precision. Eckhart Tolle describes the present moment as a portal to infinite possibilities. The ultra-successful use this portal to access creativity, solve problems, and build meaningful connections. For example, when faced with overwhelming challenges, they don't get paralyzed by the big picture. Instead, they focus on the immediate step they can take. This focus not only reduces stress, but also ensures steady progress. Staying in the now doesn't mean ignoring your goals or neglecting planning. It means you're no longer a prisoner of time. You use the past for lessons, the future for vision, but you act in the present. This habit is a superpower because it allows you to fully experience life while staying laser-focused on what matters most. So how can you bring the power of now into your daily life? Start by catching yourself when your mind drifts. Use simple cues, like the sensation of your breath or the sound around you, to pull yourself back. When you're working on something, give it your undivided attention. When you're with loved ones, be fully present. Listen deeply, without distractions. The ultra-successful thrive not because they have more hours in a day, but because they use every moment with intent. By staying in the now, they cut through noise, focus on what matters, and enjoy the journey without losing sight of their goals. This is the secret to their clarity, composure, and relentless momentum. Here's a question. How much of your day is spent worrying about the future or dwelling on the past? What would happen if you gave 100% to the moment right in front of you? Habit 13. Think in terms of energy and frequency. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest minds in history, once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." While most people admire Tesla for his inventions, the ultra-successful understand that this principle is the real key to unlocking extraordinary results. What does it mean to think in terms of energy and frequency? It's recognizing that everything, your thoughts, emotions, and actions, vibrates at a certain frequency. Higher frequencies like gratitude, joy, and confidence attract opportunities and growth. Lower frequencies like fear and frustration block progress. The ultra-successful don't just react to the world around them. They carefully curate their internal energy to operate at the highest level possible. Here's a practical example. Imagine starting your day feeling drained and overwhelmed. it's likely that you'll face challenges with hesitation, doubt, and negativity. Now picture starting with a mindset of clarity, gratitude, and excitement. You're more likely to spot opportunities, attract support, and make decisions with confidence. The ultra-successful know this, so they prioritize practices that keep their energy aligned with their goals. Tesla's wisdom is reflected in how high achievers handle adversity. When faced with setbacks, they don't spiral into frustration or blame. Instead, they pivot quickly, staying resilient and solution-focused. Why? Because they understand that operating at a low frequency keeps them stuck, while high-frequency emotions like determination and optimism propel them forward. So, how can you apply this in your own life? First, notice how your energy fluctuates. Pay attention to what drains you and what uplifts you. Surround yourself with people, environments, and habits that elevate your frequency. Practices like meditation, gratitude journaling, and even something as simple as a morning walk can reset your vibration. Tesla's ideas weren't just about machines. They were about unlocking the potential of the universe, including the one inside you. The ultra-successful live by this principle, and now, you can too. Shift your energy, align your frequency, and watch how everything around you begins to transform. Here's a thought. What if success wasn't about how hard you work, but how well you align your energy? Are you ready to tap into this hidden advantage? Let's wrap this up with one last challenge for you to take action. Habit 14. Evening gratitude and journaling. Closing the day with intention. How do you wind down your day? Do you scroll through your phone until you fall asleep? Or do you take time to reflect on the day and set your intentions for tomorrow? I end every day by reflecting on what went well, what I learned, and what I'm grateful for. Before I close my eyes for the night, I journal 3 things I'm thankful for and set a clear intention for tomorrow. Journaling isn't just about documenting. It's about processing emotions, tracking growth, and setting intentions for the future. This habit has transformed how I view setbacks. Instead of dwelling on failures, I see them as opportunities for growth. Billionaires like Ray Dalio emphasize reflection as a cornerstone of success. Here's where it gets interesting. I've shared with you the exact habits that have changed my life. But here's the thing, knowing them is not enough. Action is the key. So here's your challenge. Pick just one habit from this list and commit to it for the next 30 days. That's it, just one. It could be waking up earlier, embracing meditation, or even setting 10x goals. But do it every day without fail for the next 30 days. At the end of those 30 days, come back and tell me how it's changed you. I promise, you'll be amazed by the shifts you'll see in your mindset, energy, and focus. And here's the real secret. By starting with just one habit, you'll unlock the momentum to start stacking them. Imagine what you could achieve in 6 months, a year, or even longer if you keep building on this. So, are you ready to take action? Or will you continue to watch others rise and wonder what they're doing differently? The ball is in your court. Let's do this.